All right, so the Padres they get swept by the Mariners and then they lose the opener to the Toronto Blue Jays today 3-0. Dylan Cease was efficient. Was at like 80 pitches in the 7th inning or through 7, something like that. But yeah, it seems like the slider's working. The velocity was there, throwing 98 late in this outing. So good there. Like that's great. But what sucks is the Padres wasted an efficient outing from Dylan Cease. He made a couple of mistakes. Santander with the homer, Vladdy Jr. with the homer there in that first inning. Santander's, by the way, barely got out. But yeah, just balls over the plate. But I mean, he did his job to keep the Padres in this game. And we've seen the Padres been able to score more than 3 runs in a game. So you can make the argument that he did his job to keep not just to keep the Padres in the game, but to go win the game. And so I'm very encouraged by what I have seen from Dylan Cease here in his last few starts, really. Like, seems like he's really getting his slider going, feeling good, and has almost no hit stuff right now. So that's great to see. What's not great to see is the offense. 3 runs scored combined in the last 4 games. And you have Merrill continue. He got a hit, but 1 for 4. You look at the combined numbers from these guys, and they combined to go 3 for 16 today, not including Bogey, who goes 0 for 3. Crony 0 for 3. Hayward got the start. He ends up getting pinch hit for. I have a feeling the Hayward experiment is coming to an end, at least him starting. He's getting less and less starts. I think that he needs to be a bench player going forward. I don't really care what the matchup is. Just put Lockridge out there every day. He has speed, he has defense, and right now he's just going to give you a better chance of getting on base, it seems like, than Jason Hayward. So really that's that. Elias Diaz seems like he's getting a bulk of the starts at the catching position. I know Maldonado started today, but I think that's something to watch a little bit as well. In terms of my level of concern about this Padres offense, it's still not that high. If I had to do it on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like a 3 or 4. I'm not worried. The only thing, and I'm talking about like for the season, right? Like this Padres team, I still think that they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to be a postseason team, and this is going to happen. What sucks is you've got, remember early in the season, Padres were great, off to a great start, but the Dodgers were as well. Dodgers stinking it up. They've lost, I think, 4 in a row at least. Padres lose 4 in a row. So just not taking advantage of when the Dodgers are down, that's been a little bit disappointing as well. Um, and I think maybe what's a little bit worrisome is like they're showing right now. I know it's May, but they're showing like this can happen in a postseason series because these are 4 games here where you're seeing the offense not be able to produce enough runs. Again, 3 runs combined in 4 games, and it's like, well, kind of saw that last year there at the end, and you know you have we saw that last game with Darvish on the mound in the postseason. Pitching performance good enough, and the offense not good enough, and so that's a little bit worrisome. But like long term for the regular season, I'm still not that concerned about this offense. I'm sure that people in the comments will be pissed off about the big guys not coming through and all that. And okay, yep. But if you look at the big picture, Tatis still has a 926 OPS. Arise is almost hitting 300. Manny's hitting 310. Merrill's hitting 361 with a 971 OPS, and that's in the middle of this bad stretch that he's in. So the big guys in this lineup, sure, you still want some more from Bogarts, although I think he is swinging the bat better the last few weeks. He is hitting the ball hard. I think a little bit unlucky. Balls going at guys. You'd like still a little bit more production wise, just numbers wise, results based business from Xander. But like overall, the big guys they are producing. And then before the deadline, AJ is going to make moves, so I'm not concerned there. Um, so really, that's what I got from this opener. It's just like, yeah, not great. Not very many mistakes from the pitching side of things, but offensively, when you score no runs, you're not going to win the game. It's impossible to win a game when you score 0 runs. Don't know if you didn't know that. So, yeah, frustrating for sure. But Randy Vasquez on the mound tomorrow. Hopefully, they can hit off of who's starting. I think Kevin Gausman for the Blue Jays tomorrow. We'll see. That's going to be a little bit after 4 o'clock again tomorrow. The big news, though, today, Yu Darvish. Kevin Acee wrote in the San Diego Union Tribune that Yu Darvish is not ready to pitch yet, but he could be soon. Yu Darvish planned to come to Toronto, but he is not here. By all accounts, there has been no setback in his return from the elbow inflammation that has sidelined him since mid March. Darvish is simply not ready to pitch based on how he's feeling. Schultz says Darvish is doing well, recovering, playing catch, seeing what the next steps are. We're evaluating day by day, so stay with us. We're taking it in a big view of the season. Now, big view of the season, him not starting on this road trip, which it's unlikely now that he starts in Atlanta. I thought that he was going to be, or the plan it seemed like he was going to go to Toronto with the team and then maybe start. That's what it seemed like, maybe start in Atlanta as they expand to a 6-man rotation because of the schedule that they have, right? 13 consecutive games, then an off day, then 13 consecutive more games. It just makes sense, especially with Darvish coming back, ease him in, 6-man rotation, less innings in the long run on some of these guys' arms. It makes sense. But now that Darvish not ready to pitch based on how he's feeling, I think Padres fans got to be a little bit concerned because then why was the plan for him to travel with the team to Toronto and now he's not doing it? And you're kind of getting this thing from the Padres like he's doing well. We're playing catch, playing catch. I thought he was supposed to be starting soon. He just threw 4 innings and now he's playing catch. So is he taking steps back? Is this just him in between starts? Um, if he joins the team in Atlanta but doesn't pitch, I think that's progress, like him being with the team. But I was thinking that he was going to pitch in the Atlanta series. And so as the days go on here, and if we don't hear positive updates about Darvish, then yeah, I think we got to be a little bit concerned here. And we know the Padres have said some things about previous injuries, and then what ends up happening? Someone ends up being on the IL longer than what we expected, or they end up going on the IL when we didn't think that they were going to go on the IL based on Mike Schultz's comments after an injury happens. So obviously Darvish is still on the IL, but has there been a setback? AC writes there has been no setback by all accounts, and his sources saying that literally day by day is what one source said regarding how the Padres are proceeding with this, taking its cues from Darvish. And Darvish knows his body. Like, again, long term like this, him missing a start in Atlanta, if that was indeed the plan, it's not the end of the world. But it's just like his age and the progression. Like, he was on this progression, it seemed like. Things were going well with this rehab start uh, for El Paso and Vegas. And then just the plan changed. That's where a little bit of the worry comes in for me. And we'll see if that ends up developing into me worrying more about Darvish long term. Right now, I'm not worrying that much, but I think you got to be worried at least a little bit, concerned a little bit because of this change of plans here. Not in the building, so we don't know exactly everything that's going on. Why Darvish isn't in Toronto with the team. Okay, he's not ready to pitch, not ready to pitch yet at the big league level. So is he going to go make another rehab start? What does he need? Live BP? What does he need to be ready to pitch? Just how he's feeling? Something with his elbow? Like, what's going on there? It just opens up, I think, a lot of questions. And as Padres fans, I feel like sometimes we may be worried too much about things all the time. And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. So apologies for that. But just when there's a change of plans like this, uh, yeah, I think it brings a little bit of concern to me because this isn't a sixth starter. This is Yu Darvish that we're talking about here. So again, AC says the expectation now is that he will join the team in Atlanta. However, there is not an expectation he will start against the Braves. To me, that's like, then why go to Atlanta? Why just stay in San Diego then? The team anticipates using a 5-man rotation until after their May 29th day off, which will precede a run of 13 straight games and 26 games in 27 days. No one in the organization has expressed impatience with the situation yet, which that makes sense. I don't think you need to be impatient about it right now. Um, I think if the plan continues to change here, then uh, compared to what it was, and you go down a different road, that's where you can be a little bit more, maybe not impatient, but just more worried. But this is the start of that, I feel like, because things were going well. And then, I mean, it could just be another rehab start or a live BP, and then he's ready. Maybe he doesn't want to come back until he can go 6 innings, and he's not at that point. We just don't know, right? But again, it just opens up those question marks. So that's the Darvish update that I have. Not the best update that I wanted to be reading here tonight after the Padres lost their fourth straight game, but I am confident in this rotation, though. Bullpen's been a little bit rocky, but if like you can get to your back end guys in the bullpen, then we're good. And you need the offense to score at least a run.